What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. Game 3 of the NBA Finals, man. We're tied 1-1. We got a venue change tonight. We're in Indiana. Hey, Indiana stole game 1. I'm going to say outright robbery. Stole game 1. We're down the entire game, never led until the final shot where Halliburton hit him with the dagger. Then Oklahoma City came back, prevailed, dominated game 2, where they've been dominant all season long, which is at home, at the crib, and that's where we find ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, right here, right now, game 3. I'm here to let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, and how I see game 3 playing out. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. Of course, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. Let's do it. Game 3. First, man, we've been seeing the board really well since the conference finals. We've been smashing it. Here in the finals, we took Indiana outright money line game 1, huge plus money. Cashed, great play. Game 2, bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. Oklahoma City, one of the best ATS teams of all time. We knew that they would come back, dominate, and make this a series again in game 2. So that's where we find ourselves here in game 3. How do I see this playing out? Well, I've been telling you guys, here in this series, I never saw it the way the general masses saw it. The general masses told me and have been telling us that the Oklahoma City Thunder are head and shoulders better than Indiana, and this series was going to be, I heard sweep, I heard 4-1. I never thought it would be that. I don't think the general masses, the general public has watched enough of Indiana basketball over the last 2 seasons. Somebody like me, we do the jam session every single day. I actually went back and looked. Over the last 2 seasons, my 2 most bet teams, 1, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, 2, the Indiana Pacers, 3, the Dallas Mavericks. I've watched more Thunder basketball and Pacers basketball than probably 99% of people. I know these 2 teams like the back of my hand, and all I've been telling you is I never thought that the value, the odds, truly reflected on Indiana how good this team has and will be and has been. This is a team that was in the Eastern Conference Finals last season, and I thought, even though they got swept last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, I thought they played well. And it was just unfortunate what happened to them in Game 3 and Game 4 in that series last season. But all this season, I was pretty much telling you guys, I got the Pacers going right back to the conference finals. Now, I thought it would be Boston that they would be playing, and they would ultimately likely lose in the conference finals again. But once Boston was, out of the picture, and even before then, we had a ticket on the Pacers to make the conference finals. We had a ticket on them to win the conference finals, and we now have a ticket on them to win the NBA finals. I never really thought the value on Indiana reflected how good this team was. Just bringing you up to speed on how I see Indiana and how good their offense is, how well coached they are, and how good they are playing under duress. On the other side, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, man, we love this team. They're our favorite money-making team. We've said that for the last 2 seasons. It's Thunder Buddies for life. You know what I mean? If you're an OG here, you know. We love this Thunder team. We've rode them to this exact point. It's no surprise that they're here. We know how good they are, how dominant they are, but they're still a really young team, an inexperienced team. If they win this title, they will be the 2nd youngest team, I believe, in NBA history. They've never been here in these moments. So you got to kind of look at it through that lens a little bit as well. And in a series like this, man, Game 3 tonight, I want the points in my back pocket with the Indiana Pacers at home, at the crib, man, where they're a different team, monster, and animal. We've talked about that ad nauseum over the last, over the postseason, how good I think Indiana is at the crib. They're just a different team, monster, and animal there. Oklahoma City hasn't been the same team on the road this postseason as they have been throughout the year. When you look at it, and that's why they've been so bad. ATS at home, they've been dominant, but on the road, It hasn't been, sunshines and rainbows like many people would believe. Tonight, I worry about the role players of Oklahoma City. First true road game of an NBA Finals. It's different. It's different. I worry about them in a game like this. Indiana, I think, pushes the pace. I think Indiana's offense, I think Indiana's role players show up tonight. And I think something we've talked about a lot here in this series is I think the main sticking point. Does Indiana score over 110 points? When Indiana has scored over 110 points here this postseason, they've won every single game, including game 1 of this series where they scored 111, and it came on the very last shot of the game, Halliburton. I think tonight at home at the crib, the role players are comfortable, the role players play well, and that I think Halliburton has a much better start to the game. There's numbers to suggest when Halliburton starts slow, kind of like he does in game 2, the Pacers are not good. I mean, it's not, that hard to understand, but when Halliburton starts well, makes his first shot of the game, the Pacers and how they've played and, been in those games has reflected in that. I think he has a much better game at home at the crib, and I think his role players go with him. I'm on Indiana plus the points, and I'm also attacking the outright money line. I actually think the money line is the better play. I think Indiana wins this game tonight and takes a 2-1 series lead. Oklahoma City is the better team, but all that's kind of really out the window at this moment. It's all about how you play in certain moments, and we have seen over and over and over again just how good Indiana has been in certain moments, and I think that's the key. I think we probably see another huge moment, huge shot tonight down the stretch at home at the crib for the Pacers, and I want to be on that plus money. Ultimately, that's where I want to be. I think, like I said from the start, I think this is going to be a really, really good series, and I never thought that it was going to be quick like a lot of people still think it's going to be. A lot of people still think it's going to be 4-1. They think the Indiana Pacers will not win another game. I do not believe that. And I think they win game 3 tonight, take a 2-1 series lead, aided by their home crowd, aided kind of by Oklahoma's inexperience, especially first road finals game. We've already seen Oklahoma City struggle on the road in this postseason, and I'm telling you, Indiana's a different team, monster and animal at home at the crib, especially in the postseason. So that's where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. That's where I'm at. From a total perspective, I would lean towards an over. I think this is going to be a fun offensive game tonight. So yeah, I'm leaning towards an over in this one. I don't really love it, the total. I never really love totals. If you're an OG, you know that, but just kind of letting you know my thoughts. I lean towards an over in this game, but yeah, I think Halliburton has a really good game tonight, and I think he starts out pretty quick. I kind of like the Indiana Pacers in the first quarter. I think they come out, punch Oklahoma City in the mouth. So I would probably take a Indiana Pacers first quarter money line. I like Indiana Pacers plus the 5.5, and I like the Indiana Pacers outright money line tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what I got for y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. We got the WNBA in full swing right now. We will be covering the WNBA, all summer long. So I know that the NBA is going to be gone, but I'm still going to be doing the exact same thing I'm doing right now. Just covering WNBA hoops. We've been red hot on our WNBA play of the day. We are now 14-4 or 14-5, I believe, on that play thus far this season. You can scoop that play up over at Pickdawgz Premium for $19. And yeah, man, baseball in full swing right now as well. Still trying to find my footing in baseball, just being 1,000% honest with y'all like I always am. But the tide is turning over there. So, we'll be betting that all summer long. So with the NBA winding on down, I still will be here, ladies and gentlemen. Still right here on the same channel. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you when I see you, man. It's me, your guy, Jay Briggs. I'm out of here. Peace.